My stepdaughters switched sides when their dad showed up, so I said, "Stop calling me dad. I'm 36, my wife is 42, and she has two daughters, 16 and 13. We've been together 8 years. Their dad drifts in once a year or every other year, stays 2 or 3 months, then leaves again. When he shows up, the girls change on a dime. After their mom and I got married, they chose to call me dad. Then their dad came to town and they stopped and pushed me aside. I understood back then. They were young and trying to please everyone. We put them in therapy. The therapist had them apologize and told me to talk with them the next times it happened. Then he didn't come for 2 years. Those 2 years were peaceful. The girls were doing well in school. They loved their little brother, and the house felt calm. This August, their dad came again and stayed until about a week ago. This time the shift was hard. He showed up with loud hugs and bags of gifts. He took them to the mall, paid for shoes, and talked about big plans. They posted photos with him and captions like, "Dad's back." At dinner, they rolled their eyes and kept their phones up. They told their brother to stay out of their room. One night I went to pick them up from practice. They said their dad would drive. I waited anyway. He was late and they shrugged when he finally pulled in. At home, my wife asked them to wash dishes. They said, "Ask your husband." I heard them whisper on FaceTime and laugh when I walked by. Rules slid. Chores stopped. I kept quiet for a while and tried to let it pass. I hoped they would settle. They stopped calling me dad and started saying rough things to me and to their mom. They told their little brother they didn't like him and that he wasn't their real brother. They told me I wasn't their dad and never would be, that I was a bad stepdad, and that their dad was the only dad. Last week he left. The girls started to crawl back. They tried to call me dad again like nothing happened. I told them not to call me that anymore. They froze and asked why. I repeated their own words back. I said they had told me I wasn't their dad and never would be, that I was a bad stepdad, and that their dad was the only dad. I said I didn't see them as my kids anymore. They looked hurt and went to their mom. My wife told them it was between me and them. The therapist thought I was harsh. I didn't think so. They're old enough to know when words cross a line. I don't blame the younger one the same. I think the older one should know better. I cut off my own father younger than she is, and he acted a lot like their dad. So the next few days were tense. The house felt heavy and quiet. Everyone walked light and watched what they said. After reading what people asked, my wife and I sat the girls down. People wanted to know why we allow their dad in their life. My wife asks them if they want to see him, and they say yes. People asked why their mom doesn't step in. She does. She takes away things. She tries to talk. They tune her out, and when they don't like my rules, they run to her. She backs me, but she said she thought I went too far. We kept it simple at the table. I told the girls I was sorry for how I said it. I told them I still see them as my kids, but I said they can't call me dad anymore. They have to call me by my name. I said our relationship is broken. I said I didn't break it alone, but I did help a little. I told them they broke it, and if they want it back, they have to rebuild it. I told them they had to apologize to their brother. He's 4. A quick sorry won't land with him. So I told them they needed to play with him for 3 hours and make it real. I said there would be a few more consequences. Nothing wild. No phone during that time. No sulking in the corner. They had to be kind. They had to stick with it. We asked them what their dad says that pulls them so hard. They said, "I don't know." We told them they can't be easy to sway. I told the 16-year-old she's close to college and driving. If she lets anyone pull her like that, she'll get hurt. I said words have weight. You can't say whatever you want and expect people to act like it didn't happen. They both went quiet. The older one's eyes got glassy. The younger one fidgeted and picked at her sleeve. They both apologized to me and to their mom. They said they wanted things to go back to normal. I told them I'd forgive them when they made it right with their brother first. I said if they want normal, they have to do the work. They nodded. They got off their chairs and went to find him. He was on the rug with blocks and cars. They sat down with him and asked if they could play. He didn't care about speeches. He handed them a car and shoved the blocks closer. I stayed at the table and let them start. I heard rolling wheels and small laughs from the next room. I didn't say anything else. I just listened to them build a little city on the floor. Now my in-laws are saying I'm disrespecting family by banning dad. Am I wrong?